The following program is a paid presentation for American Medicine Today and the Bonati Spine Institute. The information and opinions expressed are solely those of American Medicine Today and are not the opinions of the station, its affiliates, management, or employees.
Welcome to American Medicine Today, presented by the Bonati Spine Institute, the world leader in advanced spine surgery, featuring the internationally acclaimed inventor of the Bonati spine procedures, Alfred Bonati, MD.
Hi, I'm your host, Kimberly Brumell, and welcome to American Medicine Today, brought to you by the Bonati Spine Institute. Every week, we try to inform you about the Bonati Spine Institute, share some of our patients' miraculous recovery stories, and discuss what we feel is the crisis in American medicine today, also known as Obamacare. Dr. Alfredo Bonati is credited with inventing and patenting new techniques and tools to develop a highly effective and revolutionary minimally invasive spinal surgical procedures known as the Bonati Spine Procedures. He and his team of medical professionals have performed over 45,000 procedures over the last 30 years, and a recent 5-year patient survey has shown an incredible 98.75% immediate patient satisfaction rate.
I always believe that the cause of the problem on the spine surgery is very much misunderstood. So with a lot of experience and a large amount of knowledge from the patients to the doctor, because as you see, the patient communicate to us.
How about now?
How about now? Better.
So you start to learn what are the things that really are important. And then suddenly you start to create your own type of a surgery, because it's based on relationship with communication with the patient and your knowledge in medicine.
This is Dr. Bonati.
Is the back pain gone now?
That type of information is so unique, is so different that the information that usually is being done in any other type of a surgery, that the individuals that they participate in this type of surgery, they have almost 97% good results. So the results is based on communication between the patient and the doctor and the medical neurological knowledge.
Well, the unique thing about our anesthesia, it's awake but sedated. Now, a lot of people say, you're gonna work on my spine and I'm gonna be awake. And yeah, that's true. You're gonna be awake but sedated. The reason is, you don't need general anesthesia. The procedures simply don't hurt that much. We use small amounts of Valium, morphine, and pentothal-like drugs. And we can make you comfortable, and throughout the surgery be able to talk to us. Is really be honest with you, at the end, we ask you, when we think we're done, we ask you if your pain's gone, and you're supposed to say, yes, it's gone, and if it's not, then we're not done.
You feel better, am I right, Darryl?
Yes. And the only way you can say that is if you're awake enough to be able to feel your pain. Your pain is expected to be gone at the end of the surgery. Whatever pain you came in with, you limped in here, you wobbled in, you came in a wheelchair, whatever, when you lay on that table and we do surgery, we expect your pain to be gone at the end. And you've got to be able to verbalize that to us.
Back pain is, the nerve has different areas. So each area is specific for specific pain. At the area of the exit of the nerve from the spinal cord, that nerve really is the area that hurts on the back. So any compression of the nerve in that area, the patient complains of back pain or neck pain. If you have more farther compression, the other elements of the nerve start to appear. For example, if you go larger, compression will start to affect the shoulder, the arm, the forearm, the hand. And each nerve goes in a specific area. So when the patient talks to you, and you are operating in a specific area, and you know the nerve that you are operating on, if you touch that, the patient will tell you, my thumb hurts, or my arm hurts, or my shoulder hurts. So when you are very close to the root of the nerve, the patient will say to you, my neck is hurting, or my back is hurting. And if they are a little bit more farther, the patient will say, my hip is hurting, or my shoulder is hurting. So you know specifically which area you're touching. The beauty of the communication is when the patient said to you, that's the area that I'm hurting for so long. So now you need to concentrate your knowledge in that area. Look why that area hurts, and then clean that area in a certain way that the nerve has not any more pressures. As you saw in this case, the patient was referring to us that the pain was bothering him on the thumb.
Use your thumb. Squeeze with your thumb. There you go. Okay, he's got it.
And then after we cleaned the area, the pain disappeared. And in the process, he said, now it's tingling. And then we clean a little bit more, and then he said, pain is gone. So that communication is gold. That is something like you don't have in any other type of surgery. That's the beauty of this procedure.
Easy as an anesthesiologist to put somebody on general anesthesia and you put an endotracheal tube, a breathing tube in them, and turn on the gas, and you can kind of go to sleep. Well, that's not the case here. This is it's a difficult anesthesia because, as I say, you kind of serve two masters. I've got the surgeon that's telling me, don't make them fall asleep because I want their input, and I've got the patient that says to me, I want to be absolutely asleep. And after I explain to the patient the reason why that we want you awake, I still have to make them happy, and when they leave here, I want them to say, gosh, I made it. It wasn't that bad after all.
We'll be right back to speak with Fred Hodge and hear about his remarkable recovery and how he got back to work in our Back to Life segment. Revolutionary in his field, Dr. Bonati created, perfected, and patented the Bonati spine procedures. Using his genius, Bonati invented precise tools necessary to minimize surgery, scarring, anesthesia, and recovery. So successful are the Bonati spine procedures, they consistently reflect over 94% patient satisfaction. 45,000 successful procedures have been performed exclusively at our location. Nearly half our patients suffer from failed back and neck surgeries at other facilities. Bonati succeeds where others fail.
Welcome back to American Medicine Today, presented by the Bonati Spine Institute.
At the Bonati Spine Institute, all of our procedures are performed here at our 11-acre facility, from your initial consultation and exam to x-rays and MRIs. All surgeries are performed in one of our 3 surgical operating rooms, and recovery is just steps away. This allows the surgeon more access to their patients and allows you to go home the same day. Here's just one of our ordinary patient experiences.
I had a lower back problem, and I went to a lot of chiropractor. And I did a lot of chiropractor. They worked on me for like a year. And the result, it wasn't there. And because I was very active, I played soccer for so many years. Still, I'm playing soccer with my son, practicing, not in his level, but I couldn't do all that activity. And I decided to go for the surgery because I had a lot of pain on my lower back, sometimes shoot through my legs. I researched a lot through the doctors and read about them, and I find that Dr. Bonati has a lot of experience and knowledge, and he's capable to do this because I really didn't want to give my back to any doctors, because to me, your lower back is like a root for the trees. If you don't have a root, you cannot grow, you cannot move, and if I lost that point, I couldn't work, I couldn't do any function. Especially, I was very athletic, and for me it was very hard to sit and not to walk that much, not to run, not to do any activity. Because especially if you're active, and you do a lot of exercise, when they take that one away from you, you're just like losing yourself. Emotionally, you're losing it, and when you lose it, you cannot even function good, and you work, you cannot perform. And especially in my business, I do a lot of traveling overseas, a lot of buying trip, a lot of business to go overseas, and I lost all of it because I couldn't stay in the plane for like over 15, 16 hours. And that's the reason I decided to go for that surgery, and the result was, you can't even ask. Perfect. If I stood on my foot, for more than 10 minutes, the pain shoots through my lower back, my hip, and sometimes it shoots through my left leg. And I couldn't do any activity because I couldn't stand on my feet. If you cannot stand on your feet, You just cannot function good. And almost I was in the point of losing my confidence. And that's the reason I decided to go for the surgery. I had the surgery last year on end of May. And it was, I thought I'm gonna sit at home for a while, but after surgery it took me a day back to work, start working. At the first couple of days softer, but after that I was back to full force, 100%. And I'm probably 110% now. I didn't want to go for open back surgery, and I just read a lot about it, and I find out that a lot of people, they have done that, they have a lot of problems. I talked to so many people, they had that surgery. By the time I find Dr. Bonatti and I find out his procedure, how easy it is and how, and all the effect. After I've done the surgery, I see the result myself. And at this point, I want to just thank you, Dr. Bonatti, and God bless you.
When we operate Fred Hodge, he looked to me like he was an old gentleman. What was amazing is to see him a few months after. I was envy to see how good he looked. And I went and looked myself in the mirror and I say, I need to shape up, because this man that is probably in his late 60s or so, I'm not exactly sure, but he looked like a 40 years old man. Incredibly strong, with a strong pace, shoulders back, his face looked young, his muscles were there. All of them, I said, man. Now he's back in training, he's back in doing his life. So we have the type of examples every day here.
The biggest difference is our surgery here, patients are awake. And when I did minimally invasive surgery, patients were asleep. Looking back, those people in whom I didn't have success, the failures probably came from doing an inadequate decompression. When we finish surgeries with Dr. Bonatti, he asks us, did the patient move? Did you have them walk? Did you have them wiggle and twist and move in a way to reproduce their pain in the operating room? And the answer is yes, you better have, because that's the way we see if the pain is gone. We want our patients at the presumed conclusion of the surgery to be able to move in a way they couldn't before, because it would have caused nerve compression and hence pain. We want them to be able to move in a way so they don't have pain. And that's a very happy end to surgery. That's probably the single biggest difference between us and other places. Attention to detail and insistence on following through.
All my pain is gone, gone.
Today I am totally pain-free. Nothing. No after effect.
I'm pain-free, and I have had to take any pain medication.
Today I am pain-free for the first time in over a year, and it is so awesome.
I only wish I'd known about it earlier. Right now, I am completely without pain.
Sitting here in this office right now, pain-free, eager to enjoy the rest of my life.
I am feeling great.
I feel 100% better, like a new person.
Today I feel absolutely fantastic. It's just incredible, the relief I feel right now.
Today I'm completely pain-free.
During the procedure, I literally felt the pain melt away. It was fantastic.
I feel so good.
It took care of my headaches instantly.
It's incredible. It's really incredible.
It gave me my life back.
It's just wonderful.
I feel fantastic.
It is just absolutely amazing.
So I'm hoping to be climbing hills in a few weeks.
And I just feel awesome. I just feel like I have a new life. And I just cannot thank Bonatti and all of all the people here, everything that they've done and built, and their expertise, and it's wonderful.
It's awesome to now feel like this after being so long with always having to sit a certain way, be a certain way, medicate myself, and sleep a certain way that you gotta go to back to the old you.
So I'm thankful for Bonatti Institute. I'm really thankful.
When we return, Dr. Bonatti will share his passion for medicine and politics with his view on what he feels is the crisis in American medicine today, also known as Obamacare. Revolutionary in his field, Dr. Bonatti created, perfected, and patented the Bonatti spine procedures. Using his genius, Bonatti invented precise tools necessary to minimize surgery, scarring, anesthesia, and recovery. So successful are the Bonatti spine procedures, they consistently reflect over 94% patient satisfaction. 45,000 successful procedures have been performed exclusively at our location. Nearly half our patients suffer from failed back and neck surgeries at other facilities. Bonatti succeeds where others fail.
Welcome back to our final segment of American Medicine Today, featuring Alfred Bonatti, MD.
Some viewers have asked why Dr. Bonatti feels it necessary to talk about politics. Well, Obama and the current administration have found their way into our healthcare system, and Dr. Bonatti says that he will continue to talk about politics as it pertains to medicine. Dr. Bonatti is a world-renowned orthopedic surgeon and inventor, but he's also a proud American citizen. His views on Obamacare have been shared with you in our program since our very first show. If you have any comments or questions, please feel free to contact us at the number below. We respect your views and opinions and would like to hear from you.
I am an American, but I am a real American. I elect to be American by coming to this country and suffering the consequences of everything that this country offers or not offered to me. I work hard, I study hard, I fought everything that was necessary to make me what I am today. And today, love it some people or not, I am an American dream. I got there. So I want people to do this. It's amazing to see that you can accomplish in this country if you really do the things right and you have good brains, good hands, and an intention to be honest and responsible. If you do that, America will allow you to have your dream. The problem is there are too many people that they want that somebody will give them the dream, meanwhile they're sitting looking television. That never will happen. So why I do this? I don't need to do it. I can retire today, go and select any part of the world and live well with no problems. I think I owe to the country and to the youth that they see the possibilities of success and the possibilities of get there with hard working instead to be blaming people for their own disgrace or for their own laziness. We need to stop being hypocrites. Everybody knows what goes with the veterans. The medical students are being sent to veterans hospitals to do some training, and we come depressed and upset. Teachers don't go to veteran hospitals because they don't feel that really the treatment that these individuals have by the government is beyond poor. It's not that they have bad economy or bad hospitals or bad instrumentation. They have probably the best instrumentation and the best hospitals, but it's typical of governmental medicine. is bureaucratic, is extremely poor. Physicians that are being choose to work, sometimes they're not the best. Individuals that they are involved on the treatment of patients are sometimes overwhelmed. In some other times, they don't have enough patients. So the schedule is miserable. They go and then one day they don't have patients, the doctor leaves. The next day, the same doctor sees 40, 30 patients. And it's overwhelmed. The schedule is terrible. The way that they bring the patients is also bad. The individuals that they are coming from the war, they need special attention. They need time. They need time to talk to you. And they need time to unload not only the physical problems, but at the same time the psychological problems. Physicians don't have time for that. So what happened is these people are being handled very poorly. So this needs to end and stop the hypocrisy. Politicians know what this is. I mean, it's just amazing to see the politicians jumping right now up in arms and jumping all over and talking about the situation of the VA. They know the VA. They create the VA. They give money to the VA. They know exactly the problems that happen around. They just don't care. Politicians are individuals that they need to be responsible. And when we make the politicians responsible, all these things that they are governmental will work. The VA needs to be removed from the hands of the government, needs to be done to some type of a private medical organization that is going to hire the proper doctors and work with the proper doctors. The VA needs really a lot of work, and a lot of work from the point of the performance, but at the same time from the point of work of the results. They have horrible results. Obamacare is a disaster for the working class. Obamacare not only doesn't work for the middle class, but at the same time will cost enormous amount of money that we will need to pay for people that by nature they don't want to work. They don't want to participate on the normal activities of the country. They prefer to be receiving money from the government to stay at home, look television, and then vegetate with that. Well, to me it's very insulting to see that the government intrudes in an enormous industry in this country, a healthy industry, an industry that performs with the best results in the whole world. The best doctors of the world, they are in the United States. The best results of medicine in the world are in the United States. The people come from all over the world to be treated in the United States because the competition of physicians, the quality of physicians, the competition of hospitals, the care in the hospitals, all this brings quality care. When you bring a socialistic medicine, you don't only bring a problem associated with expenses. They told us that the healthcare to cover 30 million people will be around $570 plus billion. It's a lie. That is today, without even starting anything, they're in 780 billion, and this is going to be on the trillions. And just wait. When you start to see the service, when you start to see that you go to a hospital and you're not going to be treated like you're treated today, You're going to be sitting there for hours. Do you think that the VA is bad? Man, you're going to think that the VA was a first-class medical facility, because not only they are going to infringe in your rights as a patient, they are going to infringe in your life. It brings disaster for the family and disaster for themselves. These consequences of healthcare associated with the government never will work. And to return to this healthcare that we had a couple of years ago, it's going to be a fight. But you know, we better have this fight now than to have that fight in 20 years from now, when we are not going to be able to succeed very easy, because the entrench of population of individuals that are going to be working on this type of healthcare is going to be enormous. So nobody would like to lose their job. Doctors would like to have work from 9 to 5, and at 1 second, they're going to leave the operating room and say, "It's now your turn." And it's no follow up. It's no responsibility, and it's no hope for the individual if we follow that route.
Thank you for watching American Medicine Today, and please tune in for our next show as we talk to Dr. Ben Carson from our American Medicine Today radio show, and we'll speak with Drs. Michael and Patricia Lawman of Morphogenesis, where they are developing a cancer treatment for pets that could also help people. We'd also like to say farewell to our American Medicine Today radio program producer, Ethan Euchre, and wish him well on his new endeavor as TV producer for the Glenn Beck Show in New York City. We will miss you.
Thank you for watching American Medicine Today, presented by the Bonati Spine Institute. Please look in your local listings for our next regularly scheduled program. To hear more from Dr. Alfred Bonati and American Medicine Today, tune into News Radio 970 WFLA, Saturdays at noon.
Revolutionary in his field, Dr. Bonati created, perfected, and patented the Bonati spine procedures. Using his genius, Bonati invented precise tools necessary to minimize surgery, scarring, anesthesia, and recovery. So successful are the Bonati spine procedures, they consistently reflect over 94% patient satisfaction. 45,000 successful procedures have been performed exclusively at our location. Nearly half our patients suffer from failed back and neck surgeries at other facilities. Bonati succeeds where others fail.
The preceding program is a paid presentation for American Medicine Today and the Bonati Spine Institute. The information and opinions expressed are solely those of American Medicine Today and are not the opinions of the station, its affiliates, management, or employees.